Good morning and welcome back to Adventure Planet, where my tour through Europe continues with a trip today to Phantasialand here in Germany. And check this out behind me, it looks absolutely incredible. Now this is a fairly small park, this one, certainly compared to Europa Park, sitting on just 69 acres of land. However, it features some of the most immersive areas that you'll ever find in a park anywhere, including Rookburgh, that you can see behind me, and Klugheim. Now the park opened back in 1967, features 7 roller coasters, but 8 credits if you actually include the double credit you can obtain on Winger's Fear and Force, and also a number of awesome flats including Talocan and Mystery Castle. There's also 3 fully themed hotels here, one of which, the Charles Lindbergh Hotel, I'm staying at tonight, and which is where I'm getting these awesome views from right now. It looks absolutely spectacular. Park hours today, 9 AM through until 6 PM. The only downside is they have a very strict policy of on-ride filming here at Phantasialand, and that is you're not allowed to do it. So unfortunately I can't get any on-ride POVs for you today. However, I'll try and get as many off-ride shots as I can throughout the day for you to enjoy. Starting with this incredible coaster behind me. This is F.L.Y, the world's longest flying launch coaster at just over 4,000 feet. Cannot wait to get in, so let's make a move. And the views from the top of the Charles Lindbergh Hotel really are just incredible here. Of course, this overlooks F.L.Y, the flying launch coaster manufactured by Vekoma, opened here in the park in 2020 and is the world's longest flying coaster at just over 4,000 feet. It really is absolutely incredible. Look at this. The theming of this area as well is absolutely incredible. At night you have the flame effects, all the lighting, you got the mist and smoke effects in effect already, and it really is something else, this. Absolutely awesome. And this ride is extremely secretive as well. You won't find any on-ride POVs of this anywhere. The park are incredibly protective of this ride and its secrecy, and I can't blame them. Cannot wait to get on this. It's 10 AM now, attractions just opening. Like I say, the park opens at 9, but attractions open an hour later at 10 o'clock. But this view, I'd never get bored of this. There's Mystery Castle just over in the back there. You've also got Talocan and the whole China area at the back. Black Mamba just through there. B&M inverted coaster. So much to see and do here. Oh yeah. Absolutely amazing. some off-ride footage there then, and I've just had my ride on F.L.Y here at Phantasialand. Like I say, opened in 2020, manufactured by Vekoma, and is the longest flying coaster in the world. And I gotta say, what a fantastic experience. Starting right from the queue line, all the theming, the aeronautical theming, the engineering, the references to Charles Lindbergh, absolutely incredible. And then the station itself with all its lighting and its audio. Like I say, really strict there. Even if you have zip-up pockets, you have to put everything you own in a locker. You're actually scanned before you go into the station itself. Everything has to come out into a locker. Boarding the ride itself then, very different for a flying coaster, as if you're used to a flying coaster, you sit in the cars themselves and they lift up. This one you actually kind of side mount, basically. You're kind of facing outwards. The ride starts, you go into like a kind of a dark ride show experience, kind of, but again, lots of screens, references to Charles Lindbergh and the aeronautical crew and things like that. And then there's an absolutely awesome transition into that normal seating position, facing sideways into the flying position that you're used to. You're then into that launch and into the ride itself. And while the launches aren't anything too quick or spectacular, the top speed of this ride is only 48 miles an hour. In that flying position, it feels absolutely incredible, and the ride itself is just superb. It feels long, you know, at over 4,000 feet. It does feel like a long ride, which is great. And you're flying over all the theming, the fountains, the interaction with the Charles Lindbergh Hotel. The second launch going up into kind of that hill is absolutely incredible as well. 2 inversions on here. And it's just incredible ride, absolutely fantastic, really comfortable seats, comfortable restraints, and just a fantastic overall experience, absolutely incredible. And the good thing is with the Charles Lindbergh Hotel, if you're staying here, you get 2 fast pass tickets to get on to F.L.Y to beat those queues. I'll be using both of those tomorrow, as tomorrow is obviously a Saturday, expecting it to be quite busy here. Let's head on further into the park and check out more at Phantasialand. And here we are in the rest of Rookburgh then, and there's the entrance to F.L.Y with that 30-minute wait time. And just look at this around here. It's something else. I mean, this is easily on par with the theming at Europa Park, for this area at least. Look at these buildings here, absolutely incredible. Very aeronautical theme, very steampunk. And F.L.Y just kind of intertwines throughout the whole area. Look at this car. Absolutely incredible. Got the Rookburgh, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. This is obviously the restaurant, which again, if you're staying at the Charles Lindbergh Hotel, you get a 3-course meal in here later on this evening. There's the menu there. And you also get your breakfast as well. Yeah, it's all, like I say, very steampunk around here, from the seating, to the buildings, to the fencing, to the floors. Love all this as well. This is all just absolutely awesome. And at night, I'll put some shots at night here as well, when all the lighting and the flame effects are on. Hey, look at that. And the audio around here really fits with the theme as well. All this kind of rusted flooring here. And if you are staying at the Charles Lindbergh Hotel, that is the entrance to it there, up those stairs, through this door, and then it kind of leads up into the building itself at the back there. Yeah, look at all this. All these kind of boxes here, the rope, these awesome seats, they're great. All the pipe work here. A little candy shop off to the right there. Schokoladen and candy. Werkstatt. More bits of theming around here, and then obviously the entrance to Rookburgh is through these 2 tunnels here, and that brings you into this incredibly themed area. Love the train at the top there as well. This is an absolute showcase of just how theming at a theme park can be done and should be done. Absolutely incredible. And just on that other side of the tunnel then, in the Berlin area, that is how the entrance to Rookburgh looks from here. Absolutely amazing. But this area as well, Berlin, is really well done. All the buildings here, and then this incredible 2-story carousel here. It looks absolutely great. And then you've got a little junior big wheel to the right there as well. That's quite well themed as well, isn't it? Hey. The buildings at the back there as well. All the planting around. Got some spinning gondolas in there as well as your usual horses and carriages. In terms of our next ride though, we're going to be heading down this way. We're going to be riding Maus au Chocolat. It's a little family 3D dark ride, where you kind of have a little battle with your fellow riders trying to chase a cheeky mouse out of a cake factory using bags of cream. I mean, it sounds absolutely fantastic, so I'm going to jump on and I'll let you know what that's like. Like I say, it is a shame that you can't film on ride here. However, like I say, the park likes its secrecy. And yeah, you have to respect that. Little wave swinger towards the back there. All the fountain package across the bottom. Yeah, I love all these buildings. Tartuffe. We're expecting a little bit of a storm later on, and some kind of heavy-ish showers. Hopefully nothing too much to ruin the day. But for the moment, it's actually pretty warm. 15 degrees, plenty of blue skies and some sun, which is really nice. Yeah, this really looks the part. Hey, it looks like we got some bratwurst over the back there. Well, there's lunch sorted. Yeah, all the theming on here as well. That looks really good. Nice clean water as well. And Maus au Chocolat is just through there. I'm looking forward to this one. Opened in 2011. And yeah, like I say, little 3D track dark ride. Good use of smell pods in here as well. If you like the smell of chocolate, you'll be right at home here. Yeah, look at this. Some outside seating here as well. And here we go then, just a 5-minute wait for this one. Let's jump on. And just in the queue line now then. Again, really well themed in here. And there's cupboards with all these ingredients. And sweets and stuff here. Some containers. All these pictures on the wall here. Oh, I'm assuming they're what, chocolate makers? I don't really know. Some old photos of this building here. There's some of the cakes there. All these pictures of cakes as well and sugary treats. That's kicking off my sweet tooth. There's kind of recipes on the wall here as well. And just got off my ride then from Maus au Chocolat in the Berlin area of the park. 261,500 was my score on that, which, yeah, isn't the best, considering the high score on there is almost 700,000. But in terms of the ride itself though, yeah, really cool little family interactive 3D dark ride. Think something along the lines of Toy Story Mania at Hollywood Studios in Florida, except with this one you had like a little pipe bag of cream on front of the vehicle that you used to shoot various 3D targets. Couldn't understand anything what was happening in terms of story, just appeared that there was a load of mice invading a cake factory that you had to shoot. But yeah, for the kids, really fun, great smell pods in there as well, which was really nice. Made my way down into the Mexican area of the park now then to get a ride on Talocan. Now this is one of the most intense and best themed Hus top spins out there. Fire effects, water effects, smoke effects, audio, all the rest of it. Unfortunately, however, it appears to be down and it hasn't actually opened so far today, which is a little bit of a shame. Hoping to get a ride on this certainly today or tomorrow, because like I say, if you enjoy your intense rides, this one is not to be missed here at Phantasialand. So with Talocan being closed then, I've decided to make my way a little bit further into the Mexican area and grab myself a ride on Colorado Adventure, which is a little family mine train coaster here. Opened back in 1996 and was actually opened by Michael Jackson. A little bit of history for you. Yeah, fun little mine train this. So let's jump on. And just come off my ride then on the Colorado Adventure, just a 5-minute wait time. And like I say, manufactured by Vekoma, opened in 1996 by Michael Jackson. And yeah, pretty solid ride that actually. Nice rough and ready family mine train with actually quite an intense dark section. Some nice interaction with Chiapas as well, which is the log flume here at the park. The only weird thing about the ride is how to actually get onto it. A lot of people around here were very confused about where the actual entrance was. If you're coming here to Phantasialand and want to get on Colorado Adventure, you have to actually go through the China section of the park and right the way around the back on the opposite side of where the exit to the ride is. A little bit confusing, but a great ride nonetheless. And a nice little introduction then to the African themed area of the park. Speaking of which, behind me is the Hotel Matamba, the second of 3 themed hotels here. And yeah, this one very heavily themed around Africa, and from the outside it looks absolutely awesome. It looks really nice, really fits in with this area well. In terms of rides here though, we have of course Black Mamba, opened in 2006. It's a B&M invert, and stats wise it's very close to Nemesis actually. 4 inversions, 50 miles an hour. Only this one does actually have those sand-filled supports, which is what Nemesis will have after its reconstruction when it opens next year. And I gotta say, it's actually, it doesn't deaden the roar too much. And if you think Nemesis is actually built in that pit as well, so it's going to have a little bit of a natural echo to it, I don't think it's going to deaden the roar too much for Nemesis. Black Mamba still sounds absolutely fantastic. Let's jump on. And some off-ride footage there then of Black Mamba, the B&M invert here at Phantasialand. And yeah, just had my ride on it as well. Nice and forceful that. Had a back row ride. And yeah, that first drop going into that vertical loop that goes over the bridge. Yeah, nice and forceful that. 4 inversions on that ride, 50 miles an hour, and a great race through kind of the African jungle past some waterfalls and some pretty good theming as well. Really, really solid ride, that one. Come down to the China section of the park now then, and it's great here. All the lovely planting, the flowers here, the vibrant colors, the flags, Chinese lanterns, the dragons, the audio. Oh, it's a full package here. There's also a rapids ride here called River Quest, which opened back in 2002. Now this ride was actually built on the site of a number of other rides that used to be here, but were destroyed by a fire back in 2001. It's a really solid rapids ride, this. So let's go take a look. And of course here is where you will find the third of the 3 hotels here, the Lingbao Hotel. Again, all kind of themed in with that Chinese culture, but yeah, look at it around here. It looks absolutely awesome. All these vibrant colors, the planting, these lanterns are really cool. And the architecture here is just great. I have to say, it makes a big difference, it being obviously kind of, you know, blue skies and all that kind of stuff. Weather really holding out nicely for us today, which is great. They are still forecasting storms, but hopefully we just about manage to avoid them. And right here is the entrance to said rapids ride, River Quest. But I'm not going to be getting on that one today. I will hold off on the water rides for tomorrow. We're going to head down this way to Mystery Castle that has just a 5-minute wait. And for 5 minutes for an enclosed drop tower manufactured by Intamin. Yeah, that's a given. Let's jump on. And here we are in the queue line then for Mystery Castle. And yes, an imposing looking building this. Still looks great all these years on. First opened back in 1998. Like I say, this is an indoor drop tower manufactured by Intamin, but yeah, the facade is fantastic. Across the bridge here. What's going on over there? A bit of a party going on over there. Nice bit of theming here with the talking knights. And then the chandeliers here dropping from the ceiling. All nice and creepy in here. A crackling fireplace. Great queue line this. Oh, probably sets the tone, sets the atmosphere in here. Nice and creepy. And just got off my ride of Mystery Castle then, the Intamin drop tower. And yeah, you know what? That is a great ride. And I feel like it's kind of underappreciated here. 5-minute wait for that. Yes, it's been here since 1998. Maybe you could argue that it's had its time, but it's a fantastic drop tower. You go in at the start, you've got 6 drop towers positioned around the room. You take your seat. It initially starts off with a shot and then a bit of a drop after holding you for a brief moment. However, that's just kind of a bit of a taster of what's to come, because the following shot and then the following drop is a lot more forceful. And yeah, it's great effects in there, great audio, the lighting, and that is all kind of themed around electricity really. And yeah, it is fantastic. Quite a spooky atmosphere and pretty intense. Really do like that. And like I say, I feel like it's kind of underrated here at the park. Talking of low queue times though, Taron is on just 20 minutes, and that, along with F.L.Y, is 2 of the best coasters here at the park. Taron obviously is housed in that Klugheim area as well, which along with Rookburgh are two of the most beautifully themed areas of this park. So let's head over there now. And just before we head over to Taron then, I thought I'd show you the boats for River Quest. Yeah, look at the theming on these. These look great. A kind of mystery element to them with the bats. And in they go. All while an imposing mystery castle looks over the area. Awesome. And here we are about to enter Klugheim then, which just like Rookburgh knows absolutely no limits when it comes to theming. Of course, here is where you will find Taron, the Intamin multi-launch coaster, which opened with the area back in 2016. And yeah, look at this. Absolutely superb. Absolutely incredible themed areas in this park, but Rookburgh and Klugheim really are up there with some of the best in the world. It really is so immersive. And you get some great views of Taron around here as well. Top speeds of 72 miles an hour. And like I say, manufactured by Intamin. No inversions on this one. And personally, I don't rate it above Velocicoaster. But however, I mean, look at this. Theming wise, it's got Velocicoaster just about beat, I think. Absolutely outstanding. And just had my ride on Taron then, and you've seen some off-ride footage as well. What a coaster, what a glorious ride. I'm going to be honest, I still don't rate it above Velocicoaster, I really don't. I prefer Velocicoaster's location, and I prefer a coaster with inversions. Velocicoaster's got that stall, it's got the Mosasaurus roll, which for me, Velocicoaster's my number 3. Taron isn't close to that. However, it is an absolutely fantastic ride. Very much a ride of two halves, kind of separated by those two launches. Of course, this is the fastest multi-launch roller coaster in the world. And that second launch, that boost up to 72 miles an hour, you can really feel the power in that. The profiling of this is absolutely spectacular. There's some great S-bend type sections in both the first and second half, and some incredible ejector airtime, sideways airtime, as you're whipped through all of this rock work and all of the theming around Klugheim. The audio in the station theming itself is absolutely superb. The trains are pretty comfortable as well, nice restraints. There's really not a lot bad to say about this, to be honest. There's a few people that say that final trim brake takes too much away from the ride, and that it kind of, you know, it takes the excitement out of it. But it's only there because it has to be there. It's on the final approach to the brake run. Of course, you hit the brake run too hard, you're looking at a coaster that is then going to be down for however long. So I understand why that's there. To me, it doesn't really take much of the enjoyment out of it at all. The only thing I do wish it did have is a good inversion or two. Otherwise, really not much negative to say about this. Oh, the roar of that second launch as well. You can hear it all throughout Klugheim. It is absolutely fantastic. Really gets that adrenaline and excitement flowing. Great ride this, and I can really understand why for many enthusiasts it sits at number 1. Back in the Mexican themed area of the park now then, and unfortunately Chiapas is down. Apparently it's been down for the last 90 minutes, which is a bit of a shame. Great water ride that. For many people, the best water ride in the world. Cocorico restaurant there, where they sell some great cocktails. And Arena de Fiesta just to the right, where Rock on Ice is the show for today. Yeah, it shows at 1 o'clock and 3:30. Some great outfits, great talent, all with some awesome rock tunes. Yeah, again, great theming here in the Mexican area. We've got Talocan just through there, which is now back open, I believe. It certainly was about half an hour ago. However, it's time for me to get some food. Starting to get a little bit hungry now. I've kind of forgotten to eat today. It is now 3:30 almost, and I've had no food. So let's find some. And of course, for lunch then, I did come back to the Berlin area and got myself a nice curry bratwurst. Look at that. Load of curry sauce on there, a nice chunky bratwurst, and a nice roll as well. And a Coke Zero. This came to €9.10, which I didn't think was too bad. And I gotta say, it is proper juicy. Gonna enjoy this now, and then we'll head on some more rides. And yeah, just had that bratwurst then, and I gotta say, yeah, that was good. It's really filled a hole actually. And actually, that curry sauce, whew, had a little bit of a kick to it, to be honest. I just want to say though, I just want to make sure I correct myself that it wasn't €9.10, it was actually €8.10. Just want to make sure that that's cleared up. But yeah, as far as bratwurst go, that was pretty tasty. Curry sauce, a little on the spicy side. And we are back in Klugheim now then for another roller coaster here. This time a little Vekoma Boomerang family coaster with a height of about 82 feet. Yeah, it's a nice little ride this. Opened in 2016. Again, back with Taron and with the Klugheim area. And it interacts quite nicely with Taron actually. Solid ride this, and just a 15-minute wait time. Let's jump on. Here we are about to get on Raik then. 15-minute advertised queue time, waited about 15. Great staff in here as well, singing happy birthday to the people whose birthday it is, and generally just having a laugh. Let's get on. And just had my ride on Raik then, the little Vekoma family boomerang. And yeah, like I say, 15-minute advertised queue time and waited 15 minutes. And yeah, much like Europa Park, really, really good operations here today. And like I showed you, the staff, great singing happy birthday and everything to everybody who's actually celebrating a birthday today. For the ride itself though, yeah, it was pretty nice and smooth, good family ride, 82 feet in height, and yeah, completely custom layout, which was nice. And again, interacts nicely with Taron through all the rock work and stuff as well. Anyway, let's head further into the park, still a lot more to do. And we have made our way down to the fantasy area then. Little junior flying carpet there is unfortunately closed. You'll find a couple of flat rides down here, more kind of aimed towards the younger generation if you like. You've got a little splash park just through here, as well as a normal play park and a little bit of seating as well at the back of this eatery here. And there's the little flat ride there. Hey, it looks quite nice. Volksluftpost. Is my German getting any better? Probably not. The area in here is the Schwan Snack, where they sell a variety of bratwursts. There you go, a little bit more expensive than what I paid. However, that does include fries as well, which is good to see. Shame I didn't find that one first, really. We got a little monorail type skyline going across the top there as well. That looks really nice. Now, as much as this area is kind of aimed more towards the younger kids, we do have 3 coasters down this way. Of course, Winger's Fear and Force can be found down here. And also Crazy Bats, which is a VR coaster. Now, that coaster's actually closed. Closes early, that one, around about 4 o'clock. However, Winger's Fear and Force is still open. So we'll get a ride on that. Little bouncing flat ride there as well, it's really nice. Not even going to try and pronounce that. I have absolutely no idea. There is the entrance to Woozy Town. I usually call it Woozy Town, but I'm not even sure that's right. Yeah, the theming around here all looks quite good. It's certainly not up there with the likes of Klugheim and Rookburgh, but you know, it does the job. And this is Winger's Fear and Force then, as you can see. It looks pretty impressive from here, the way it kind of circles around this Vekoma-built mini power tower here. As you can see in the middle, this is the Tittle Tattle Tree, as it's so called. But yeah, in terms of the coasters though, they're Mara spinners, and yeah, neither of them are anything spectacular. I think Fear is the better ride here. It's certainly the longest, at about 1,500 feet or so of track, and yeah, each kind of ride has their own sort of special elements, if you like. You've got, you know, track that kind of tilts forwards and backwards, Force kind of tilts sideways as well, and then there's some kind of a little bit of a track that kind of bounces as you go along it as well. It's kind of really hard to explain. They're interesting rides and they are pretty fun, but nothing spectacular. And I think the area of Woozy Town as well, it's looking a little bit tired now. I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's just obviously, you know, when you've just come out of Klugheim or you've just come out of Rookburgh or something, and you come into this area, those areas are so well themed that in comparison, you know, this area looks just a little bit drab, you know, in comparison to those areas. But, you know, it still looks good. Like I say, you know, you've got this big skylight here. And they're closing up early today because if you can see down here, it looks like they've got some kind of business event going on here. There's lots of tables set around, some food and stuff under covers here. I think they're getting ready to host some kind of special event tonight. So they have actually closed it early. Just managed to get my rides in on time. And yeah, like I say, they're good rides, but nothing exactly spectacular. and just exiting out of the Woozy town area now then. And yeah, I think out of all the areas in Phantasialand, that's definitely the one that's in the need of the most work. I think that area and the Fantasyland as well could do with a little bit of a lick of paint, a bit of a spruce up and a bit of a refurbishment. But yeah, Winter's Fear and Force, they're great coasters, just nothing truly spectacular compared to what else we've got here that you can ride. Now obviously compared to something like Spinball Whizzer at Alton Towers, or actually even Dragon's Fury at Chessington, these are a lot better. They ride much better and they are much better themed. However, in Phantasialand, yeah, they're kind of the weaker coasters here, along with Crazy Bats, of course. Anyway, it's getting towards the end of the day now then, just 30 minutes left here at Phantasialand, so I'm going to put in a few more shots around the park and then we'll be wrapping up today's vlog. And with that then, that is going to bring my day here at Phantasialand to a close. And you know what? It's been a great day here. Really happy that the weather has managed to stay nice and dry and sunny, although we are expecting some storms tonight, which may kind of ruin things a little bit. However, it's been a great day. Absolutely fantastic to see this park again. We've had some downtime with a couple of the big rides today, like Talocan never actually managed to get going, and Chiapas actually went for about 2 hours at the beginning of the day, but then was down for the rest of the day. However, everything else working today, and the operations here at least on a par with Europa Park. They've been really solid today. Staff here have been great. Food has been great, reasonably priced, again, same as Europa Park. And the day as a whole has been fantastic. You know, the themed areas of Rookburgh and Klugheim have just been absolutely off the scale. Easily on a par with anything at Europa Park. The only difference here is the other areas of the park aren't quite so well themed. Berlin is nice, the Spanish area is nice, Africa is okay, but then when you kind of get to Fantasyland and Woozy Town and stuff, it tends to kind of drop off just a little bit, whereas obviously Europa Park has that theming widespread throughout the entire park. However, this park is a lot smaller. I think it could do with some updates here and there, a little bit of refurbishment, mainly in those areas mentioned. However, otherwise, it is a fantastic park to visit. Taron, absolutely blown away by that. F.L.Y, absolutely blown away by that. Really strong, solid coasters. Taron, I mean, you know, again, I'm going to reiterate, I don't rate it over Velocicoaster, mainly because probably to do with those inversions. I'd like to see, you know, something like a stall on there would have been absolutely fantastic. But, you know, the theming, twisting through that rock work, like I say, the S-bends, the ejector airtime that you get on there really is amazing. And the second launch as well, boosting you from 40 to 72 miles an hour. And the sound of that is just, oh, it's incredible, it really is. F.L.Y as well. Absolutely amazing. You know, from the station, getting loaded onto that ride to that first launch, and then just weaving your way around Rookburgh. Absolutely incredible experience. The little dark ride at the show kind of thing at the beginning was really cool as well. And like I say, it's a very secretive ride, so when you get on there, everything is new to you. You've never seen anything like it before. And the good thing with that is as well, at the end of that ride, the way the cars work, as I was explaining this morning, when you actually hit the brake run, you then enter into that transition again, which puts you into the normal seating position. So if there is any kind of hold up, you're not stuck in that awkward flying position like you can be on rides like Manta at SeaWorld or Galactica at Alton Towers. The rest of the park though, yep, it's been great. There's been good solid entertainment. The Rock on Ice show was really good as well, definitely worth seeing. Apologies for not being able to film on ride here. It's just one of the rules here at Phantasialand. You know, you can understand why parks do it. It keeps that secrecy, but you know, it's always nice to get a good few on-ride POVs as well. I'm actually back here tomorrow after my stay at the Charles Lindbergh Hotel tonight. However, I'm going to do that day completely off camera. I'm going to just you know, really enjoy it. I think that's important to do. Vlogging is great. I love sharing these trips with you guys, but obviously, yeah, it's nice to do a day off camera, kind of really appreciate the rides, really appreciate the theming, and just kind of relax and take it all in. So the next vlog coming up will be a kind of overview of the Charles Lindbergh Hotel, which I will be staying in, like I say, tonight. I've got a 3-course dinner penciled in for 8 o'clock, as well as a breakfast tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be such a magical stay with those looks over F.L.Y, and I'm going to put some footage in that vlog as well at night time, so you can really kind of get the feeling of all the lighting effects and everything else in that area. It just looks really, really spectacular, so looking forward to reporting on that later on. In terms of the next park vlog coming up then, we will be taking a trip to the Netherlands to start a park vlog in the Efteling. And yeah, really looking forward to that as well. Baron 1898, the dive coaster, it's gonna be great. Efteling is a magical, magical park as well, and a real solid favorite of mine. After that, obviously, comes Plopsaland Japan, and I've never visited that park before, so I'm going to be getting on the ride to happiness for the first time. Looking forward to the rest of this trip. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But until the next vlog, I want to thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy riding, everybody. I'll see you at Charles Lindbergh.